I can't find bloopers, dude. That's the shitty part.
Because we're too good now?
We're either too good or we're too tired to make bloopers to be funny. That's the thing. Okay. What is up, guys? It's Banji and Anthony here, and welcome to the bar for the featured review of
War for the Planet of the Apes, of the Planet of the... How long is this title?
I don't know, but it's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. That's what I gotta say about this movie.
Yes.
It's our number one sin of every movie nowadays.
We want everything in an hour and a half.
Yeah, so it's
Please.
Directed by Matt Reeves. Did he do the other two? I don't know, right?
Sorry, guys, I didn't do research this week.
Sorry, but it's the continuation of the trilogy that we have, of the beautiful first two movies that we've had of Rise of the Planet of the Apes and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, right? So those were the first. First one was Rise, second one was Dawn.
And this is like now the third incarnation of this franchise,
yes.
Right? My favorite still so far is the original from the 70s.
Of course, that one is mine's my favorite too. Nobody likes.
No one really cared for the Mark Wahlberg, Tim Burton one.
It was okay. It was whatever, but
that was alright.
Yeah, like it
was good for its time.
Exactly. But you know what? Let's get into it. Let's talk about what the movie has to do. What's the good parts? What's the bad parts? And to be honest, the best parts is Andy Serkis. He's amazing at his CGI. He's Caesar, of course. He's always been Caesar.
This guy could sleep and they'd CGI it and it'd be amazing.
And the thing is, that's all he really does. The movies that he has been in, you can't only really see his face. But he's amazing. He's great. He just has the flexibility.
Yes.
He has the movement of what a CGI character does. And hands down, like he brought Caesar back. The voice, everything was amazing. And if you've seen the first two, you see Caesar just has great dialogue. He talks more in this one, so that's another thing.
So it's evolution, right?
To the movie. So you do see the evolution throughout the movie, and this is specifically of how pretty much the apes are taking over. The apes are taking over the world as it is. The one thing or one of them. I guess one of the things about this is that a lot of the supporting cast wasn't there. Yeah. Maurice did great, but again, you know, I think he did okay. There's another new ape called Bad Ape, played by Steve Zahn.
Very funny. He was the comic relief that we actually needed in this film.
Yeah, so if you see the poster, he's a little blue one with the blue vest on there.
There's a controversy about that.
There's a controversy, but honestly, that's just stretching, I believe, in my opinion. But, you know, we're not going to get into that. This is a movie review channel.
Yes.
But yeah, like all the kind of classics come back. You know, Rocket comes back, Maurice comes back, and all the apes are back. And of course, you know, it's CGI, so it's there kind of thing. Like, I don't know, they all look the same at one point.
But they look realistic.
True, it does look real. So they do feel like they belong.
The gorillas, the apes, the monkeys, the
flow of the hair, the flow of the way it looks like they got monkeys and they came to play them. So it does look really great.
This is a visually striking film. I don't even know. Was it all green screen? Did they ever even go shoot outside?
I think they shot a couple of scenes outside. It does look gorgeous. It does look gorgeous where they're filming. The areas look great.
But as you can tell, we're circling around the fact that the story is not that great.
And the problem is the humans, in my opinion. The human actors are the problems in this movie.
Especially who? Come on.
The best human in this movie is a little girl called Nova, and she can't even talk. That's the thing. Like, throughout the whole movie, she's not talking, and we're not going to say why or what happened.
It's a major plot point.
Exactly. It's a plot point that we don't want to talk about, but, like, she gave a great performance as the little girl kind of thing, but no words came out. Nothing came out, and it was great. But then you got people like Woody Harrelson, which he's the colonel, he's the main guy, he's the main villain. You see him in everything. I don't know. I've never liked him in anything, to be honest. He was okay.
I've never cared for his acting either.
He was okay in Zombieland, I guess. He was pretty funny in that, right?
Yeah, that one was good.
I think he was trying to bring that over a little bit too.
There was a lot of Apocalypse Now in his performance. It was like that big general, I'm here to kick ass, and I'm just like, we've seen this since, at least for me, for 30 years we've seen this character, and it's like, do we need to see it one more time? I just feel like they tried so hard to make me feel for him. And they tried so hard to make me feel a lot about the story, and it just wasn't there. Again, this movie's not bad. It's not saying, you know what, don't watch it, blah, blah, blah. It's more of like they swung and hit a miss. Like, they just, they had it. I think they could have done so much better. I think something was missing, and I can't put a freaking finger on it to say what's missing in this movie. And I think it's something with the plot. It was all over the place. It was
so many stories that I had to go. Like if you're gonna go watch this, watch the first two.
Yeah.
Because those there's a lot of the first two that you might have missed that are gonna play a big part in this movie. I missed a big point, pretty much the point of this movie, and I didn't know where that came from, and that sucked because I was like lost half of the film. Maybe that's my bad.
I felt lost half the way too. One of the things about this film is that you're going to get a lot of World War II references. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of concentration camp. There's a lot of Nazism. There's a lot of Aryan, like. Because they want to show that humans are still the top of the tier, but guess what? In this planet, the apes are taking over, and sometimes you're just gonna have to let it happen, you know.
And then the other thing is they are kind of showing like modern day problems as well, and like I noticed something. I don't want to mention it because it's gonna start controversy, but you just see like the wall building and everything that's going on right now, kind of stuff. Who's building the wall?
Yeah,
that's the crazy.
Think about the wall.
About
yeah, and who are they pushing out, right?
And then it's just it's all over the place, and that's the sad part. That this movie was leading towards an okay spot in the beginning, great middle in my opinion. From point A to point B in the middle part was amazing.
Right.
But then the last part, the part where
it was rushed. It was very rushed. Let me put it in a bowl in a box and here we go.
Like it was something to where it was like, okay, we need to have him here, have him here, have him here, have him here in these 5 sections.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna cut to a scene where we see all the monkeys and the apes, and then we're gonna come back to him and then come back to here and come back to there. And it was just they wanted to make it an action film, which I don't feel like Planet of the Apes was ever an action film. It was. I feel like it's more of a
social commentary on what's going around. That's how I felt it, right?
Yeah, from the very beginning.
Yeah,
stuff that's happening around the world. More of like a psychological film that you really need to think and see all the hidden messages in between all these things.
Yeah,
and that's what I feel like the first two did. They made an amazing way of making me care about a certain character, making me care about the apes more than I cared about human beings at that point. And
well, remember when we first walked in tonight, you're like, "Who do you go for, the humans or the
just,
apes?"
Like,
and I was like, "I'm going for the apes."
And I think everybody went. I think I heard a little girl crying because certain scenes are pretty sad in the film.
Yeah.
But overall, I do feel like it's all over the place, and I think you could tell because we don't really know how to explain this.
We don't know how to give it to you. Yeah.
Without burning through what the hell is going on, because honestly, that's the only way you're really gonna know like what's going on because. I was lost half of the time. I think at one point I dozed off a bit because it's so slow. The 2 hours felt like 2 hours. And that's a problem. That's a big problem, especially for a summer film.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of people...
And I was so looking forward to this film.
A lot of people were looking forward to it. And But then again, maybe we're wrong because, we see critics, we see them out there. They're like at 98, 80%. And maybe it's a great movie. Maybe we missed. Maybe we need to see it another time. I'll probably check it out one more time before I kind of...
Just push it aside.
Yeah, just before I say meh.
Yeah.
But overall, I personally feel like this movie, in my opinion, deserves a 6. It's something to where out of the 3, it is the weakest. I do feel like it's the number 3 sin. There's only one franchise that's done it perfect, and that's Toy Story, in my opinion.
Okay.
But I think it's lacking a story. I think it's lacking a cohesiveness. Exactly. I feel like they tied the trilogy in a little bow for you at the end, but I'm like, I don't care about the end. I care about the whole film kind of thing, right? But that's what I'm giving it. I'm giving it a 6, guys.
I'm giving it a 1 point higher. I'm going to give it a 7 only because it was just so visually striking. Mm-hmm. I was really, I felt that I was at the forest. I felt that was at the snow part of the film. And in the interiors felt real to me. So that's why I'm asking, like, I wonder if this was actually shot or was it all green screen?
Yeah, guys, that's what we're going to give it. So hopefully you guys like this review. Down below, let us know which one's your favorite Planet of the Apes of all of them. Personally, I think I like Dawn Planet of the Apes. What do you think?
The first one, just because the ending was so... I'm still not going to spoil it just in case that there's people out there who haven't seen it, but the first one,
The Rice?
Charleston... No.
From 70s. Way back.
From the very, very... Go back to the source material. The first one was my favorite so far.
But by the way, all 3 of them are different stories.
Yeah.
So that's the cool thing. All 3 of them are not... They're all kind of the same, but they're all remakes, but they're all different. But yeah, guys, don't forget to hit that like button as well.
Don't forget to check us out on social media. We are active on Instagram, Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. But mostly just check out our Instagram because we post daily.
Daily, guys. There is links down below, so go ahead and click those as well. Alright, guys, if you like this review, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome videos. Have a good one.